Hey guys, hold on one sec here while I'm making sure that we're up and live. All right. So I just recorded a video and half the video, the microphone was off. So if any of you saw that video before I took it down, delete it, I'm reshooting this. I apologize. Again, if you've never been here before, my name is Gerichten. Thank you for stopping by my channel. This is my second day of going live with a YouTube stream, and it's going to be focused around creating your best life, stepping into your greatness, really a red zone life, if you will. Kind of come from a football background, so I like to use that analogy sometimes because people do great things in the red zone, things that they wouldn't normally be able to do or capable of doing, excuse me. But today, if you haven't already, one of these corners here, there is, I don't know, there's a button that says subscribe. So go ahead and subscribe. That way you get notified anytime there's a new a new YouTube video or a YouTube live going on. So you can hop on, check it out. And yesterday, if you haven't watched the video, go back and watch it. Guys, it's all about taking inventory and talking about integrity, that wheel of life I talked about yesterday, and having integrity in your health, in your relationships, in your wealth, in your contribution. And when you have that, life becomes a lot easier. When you don't have that integrity, you have that resistance, you have that struggle, that challenge, sometimes even that pain, right? Because one of those areas of your life may be out of integrity and it's impacting the other areas, or maybe you have multiple areas that you need to work on. Or maybe you're in integrity, you have a nice round wheel, however, everything's at like a 2 when you really want to be at a 5, right? So you have a bigger game to play. Okay, so today's video is you've took inventory, you see where you're out of integrity. Now it's time to set goals. And there's a couple of things that you need to do in order to set goals. There's actually 3 things. First is you need to set a SMART goal. Second is you need to set up daily tasks or objectives that will get you to that goal. All right. And the third thing is you need to monitor and track on a daily basis to make sure that you keep, elevating in that trajectory towards that end goal. All right. So when I talk about setting goals, typically I recommend that you set goals. You can set them for shorter periods of time if you'd like. However, I'm usually referring to annual goals. So you'll set 4 big annual goals for your health, for your relationships, for your wealth, and for your contribution. All right. And then you walk it back in 90-day increments. Okay. And we'll get into that a little bit further down this video. The first thing is, in order to set goals, is you need to use the acronym SMART goals. So the S stands for specific, the M stands for measurable, the A stands for achievable, the R stands for relevant, and the T stands for timely or time bound, some people like to say. All right. So what do I mean by this? Let's take, for example, one of the things that is real common people like to do is they want to lose weight. Well, first off, I want to talk to you about that. You've got to be very careful in the language you choose to use. All right. Because when you speak to losing something, it's a sense of you gave up control or didn't have power to make a change, or to make an impact, to make a difference, whatever the case may be. All right. So just in that alone, changing the languaging from lose to release, that means you were in complete control and you had the full capacity to release the weight. Okay. All right. So that's one thing. All right. So languaging is really important when you're writing your goals out. All right. And I like to use, when I'm using the SMART acronym, I like to use I have whatever the goal is by this date. All right. So for example, I have released 40 pounds by April. What are we at today? April 19th, 2023. All right. So that's 40 pounds over the next year. All right. So it's specific. All right. It's extremely specific. I'm losing 40 pounds. All right. It's measurable. Okay. So I can see, like, I can get on a scale and I can see, so I can see the changes. If you can't, if you're not able to measure it, you're going to have a hard time creating it. All right. So for some of you, writing down your goals, this may be really hard for you or challenging to make it something that's measurable. All right. There's always a way to do it. You just have to get creative with it sometimes. So make it measurable, so that way your mind can help you create it. All right. Then make it achievable. 40 pounds over a year is very, very doable, even for somebody that has never really focused on releasing weight before. All right. And relevant. So it's relevant because it's a health goal. All right. It's not some random goal that I'm just like throwing out there. It's relevant to my overall integrity of that wheel that we talked about yesterday. And the analogy I use, like when you were a kid and you had a flat tire on your bike, it was harder to pedal. You weren't able to go as fast versus when the tire was full and the tire was the whole wheel as a whole was in integrity. You could go faster with less resistance. And it was almost that sense of freedom. I remember there was this hill that I used to ride, and I would go to a friend's house and I'd ride down, and riding down, it was just that sense of freedom, that wind blowing in your face. It was so cool as a kid. Well, it's the same thing for your life. When your wheel of life is out of integrity, then it will make things much more challenging. You'll experience more resistance and sometimes even a little bit of pain. All right. So acknowledging that you're out of integrity, you got to get back in by setting these goals. You make that wheel whole again. Life gets easier. You get into abundance. All that good stuff comes. All right. So that goal, it's specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, it's relevant because it's a health goal. All right. To help us stay in integrity or get back into integrity. And the final one, it's timely because it has an end date, right? You always want to have an end date. Okay. So that's the first step. Okay. I have goal by date. All right. You can even take it down to a specific time if you wanted to. So at 12:29 on April 19th, 2023, if you want to do that, that's fine. Go for it. The more specific, the more measurable, the harder your brain and your subconscious will work for you. Okay. The more cloudy, the more foggy it is, the more unrealistic, all of that stuff, it all combines to just muddy the water, if you will. And your brain and your subconscious will have a hard time helping you create that success, create that goal. So keep that clarity going. So the second thing is, so you got your SMART goal. Second thing is, you got to set up 3 to 5 daily tasks that support you getting to those goals. So for example, when it comes to health, make sure you get, a certain amount of sleep. All right. Now, some people don't need 8 hours of sleep a night. Some people like 4 or 6. All right. And that's a good night of sleep for them. That's fine. All right. I would recommend that you're getting 6 to 8 hours a night. If you're, depending on what you're doing, you may need a tad bit more. All right. So make sure your daily task is, did I sleep 8 hours last night? When you get up in the morning, start your day off with, 2 big glasses of water. And then from there, drink whatever your body weight is, divide that in half. And that's how many ounces of water you should be drinking a day. So there's another one you can do for your health. The other one is activity or exercise. All right. Even if it's something as simple as walking. All right. For me personally, I'll tell you what I do, because I have to constantly make sure I keep my heart rate up, because my blood pressure tends to, if I don't exercise with my heart rate at a certain level, my blood pressure tends to do this, yo-yo around on me. Okay. So 3 days a week, I do high intensity training for a very short period of time. It's usually about 12 to 15 minutes long. I do a certain amount of flight of stairs, and then in between each set of stairs. So for example, if I'm doing 5 flights of stairs, then I stop, I do without pausing, I go right into a little circuit where I do 5 or 6 exercises. Actually, I think I do about 7 or 8 exercises. All right. And then the other 2 to 3 days a week, I just go out and walk 3 to 5 miles. I don't have a pace necessarily. I do make a point to keep it focused and, keep going. So that way I just increase, I'm working both things. All right. And you'll see things that work for you. If you're new to this and new to exercising, something as simple as walking 10 minutes either before or after you eat or both could be, a major change in your lifestyle. Okay. My grandparents lived well into, on my dad's side, lived well into their late 70s and 80s. I know that for some, that's not saying much. However, I attest to it because after every meal, they went out and walked their mobile home park that they lived in for years. They would walk and just enjoy the outside. My grandfather would whistle, all that good stuff. I can tell you all kinds of cool stories, but I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. All right. So you get the idea. Set daily tasks. Okay. Because the reason you want to set those daily tasks is you'll know that if you're not getting closer to your goal, it's usually because the daily tasks that you set up, you're not doing. You've replaced them with something else, which leads me to my third and final thing that's very, very important to setting your goals, which is you have to monitor and track. What I mean by that, you've got to go to the dollar store and get a dollar notebook and track your daily task, right? Write down what you're going to do for the day, write down your gratitude for the day when you're starting, the things you're going to do, write down your affirmations, say your affirmations out loud. And then at the end of the day, go back and see if you completed those daily tasks. If you completed those daily tasks, then it was a successful day, right? You can do that in a dollar journal, or you can use the 5-minute journal, for example. It's a free app that you can get in the iTunes store, or you can get it in the Google Play Store, or Android or whatever. You can I believe it's for all phones now. I could be wrong on that, but it is free and it's very cool. So if you'd like to do stuff on your phone, great. If you do the paid version, then you can actually take pictures of your day and you can import them in. So it kind of triggers reminders about what you accomplished for that day. So it's kind of cool if you wanted to do that. But it's just important that you monitor and track. All right. Because what will happen is, especially if this is the first time in your life that you've ever set goals, is your mind and your subconscious goes, okay, we're going to change our life. We're going to go out and make our life better. And what ends up happening is if we don't stay on task on those daily tasks, our mind and our subconscious will work together to fill that time up with busy time. And what you'll notice is if you don't start monitoring and tracking is, yes, you're busy doing everything except the task that will help you go work towards your goal. So really, really important to acknowledge that so that you can stay clear-headed, have complete clarity and focus on your daily task and your goals. Make sure that you're reading through your SMART goals every day and your daily task, and then setting those daily tasks again to support you in getting towards your goals. And again, on your goals, set an annual goal and then build the blueprint backwards, right? So you set it out for a year and then go 90 days back. So that's the fourth quarter, third quarter, second quarter, first quarter. All right. And then you'll have your 30-day daily task that should help you go towards those goals. Right. And then when you get to your 90 days, if you don't hit your 90-day goal or like where your objective for your goal, then it could be because those daily tasks or objectives that you've set, you're not completing them. Okay. That way there's something, it's specific, it's measurable. You can figure out where you went astray or something if you get off course, and then you can correct and get back into integrity and keep moving forward. Okay. So if you've enjoyed this video, Please hit the like button down below, because one of my daily affirmations and one of my affirmations that I live by day in and day out is that I absolutely love helping people by adding value into their lives and helping them step into their greatness. And one of the ways I know I can do that is by sharing these videos. They're free. They cost nothing. It just challenges you to get into action, gives you a little blueprint that you can take and run with it. If you need a little bit more hands-on, cool. Then reach out, send me a message. I'd love to have a conversation with you. I have 30 and 90-day programs to get you on task with these that will help you towards those annual goals. And they're very nice and supportive. The 30-day is a little bit more laid back. The 90-day is a little bit more high performance. There's a lot going on over that 90 days. I guarantee you those 90 days of your life would be, you might do some things that you've never done in your life before. So if you need the hands-on, let me know. If you don't, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave a comment. I subscribed. And if you have any questions or comments, please put those below. Love to help you out with that, guys. Thank you again for watching the video. Thank you for sharing your time with me today. I look forward to seeing you in the red zone. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.